McGraw-Hill Audio presents The Disease to Please, Curing the People-Pleasing Syndrome, written by Harriet Braiker, Ph.D., read by Kate Redding. Preface. In July 1999, I appeared as a guest expert on Oprah to discuss the disease to please. Oprah told her audience that this disease, the people-pleasing syndrome, is an issue that is very important and personal to her. It is a problem that she has struggled long and hard to overcome, and she believes, as I do, that there are epidemic numbers of women, and men too, plagued by the self-imposed pressure to please others at the expense of their own health and happiness. My interest in this topic began many years ago. I have been a practicing clinical psychologist for more than 25 years. Over this time, I have treated hundreds of women and men people-pleasers whose lives become impaired by this compulsion to put others' needs first, to never say no, to strive endlessly for everyone's approval, and to try to make everyone else happy. My first book, The Type E Woman, How to Overcome the Stress of Being Everything to Everybody, highlighted people-pleasing as a core cause of women's stress problems. Since then, I have written other books and articles on related topics. But my decision to write this book was prompted directly by Oprah Winfrey. Twice during the taping of the show, Oprah turned to me and said, "Harriet, this should be the topic of your next book." I am grateful for Oprah's suggestion and encouragement. The disease to please is not about nice people who occasionally go too far in trying to make others happy. The disease to please, in fact, is a debilitating psychological problem with far-reaching serious consequences. In conjunction with the publication of this book, I am starting a website, www.diseasetoplease.com, which will provide more information, help get support groups started in local communities, allow messages to be placed, questions to be asked and answered, and much, much more. Visit the website and join other recovered people-pleasers, as well as those striving for recovery. I hope you will contact me through the website to ask any questions you might have and to share your own experiences with the disease to please. Let me know how the program is working in your personal recovery process. I wrote this book to help. I fervently hope that it does. Harriet Braiker, Ph.D., Los Angeles, California. Chapter 1. The Disease to Please Triangle, The Price of Nice. Do you have the disease to please? If you are like most people-pleasers, you probably already know the answer to this question. And if the disease to please plagues you, you will more likely be interested in the cure than in the diagnosis. But don't be too quick to skip this chapter. It not only will help you to evaluate the relative depth or seriousness of your people-pleasing problems, but also will allow you to determine the most important underlying causes of your own disease-to-please problem. As you will soon learn, these causes fall into three major groupings: people-pleasing mindsets, people-pleasing habits, and people-pleasing feelings. Knowing your dominant cause will help you focus your efforts so that you can achieve the biggest impact on curing your people-pleasing syndrome as quickly as possible. The three components are 1. People-pleasing mindsets or distorted ways of thinking, 2. People-pleasing habits or compulsive behaviors, and 3. People-pleasing feelings or fearful emotions. Together, the parts join in a triangle in which each side, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, operates as both a cause and a consequence of the others. For example, compulsive behavior is driven by the avoidance of feared emotions and supported by distorted, flawed thinking. Similarly, anxious feelings create avoidance behaviors that in turn are linked to flawed or incorrect ways of thinking. The disease to please triangle shows how you can achieve big gains in curing your people-pleasing problems by making small changes in the way you think, act, or feel. Because of their interconnections, small changes in any side of the triangle will generate change in the whole syndrome. Now that you know the main underlying cause of your own triangle, you will be able to direct and prioritize your personal change process. People-pleasing mindsets.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?